Hello, welcome. This is Minesh Baxi, and Valentine's Day is coming up. It's just in another week, and I want to share a few things with you during this time so that you can benefit from my experience or my mistakes or how I failed a relationship test. So let me ask you, in the process of setting up the groundwork for this is, have you ever been blindsided in a relationship? What does that mean? It's like you thought you were close to somebody, and then something happened and you found out that you really weren't as close as you thought. So Michael, welcome. Thank you for joining. And if you have a question regarding relationship, you are welcome to post that here as well. So here's what happens in some cases. And I can remember a number of circumstances, and I'll give you a couple of examples in a minute here, is you and I think we are close to somebody. And then the question becomes, Jacqueline, thank you for joining as well. We think we are close, but really we are not as close as we think we are. What does that mean? And how does that really work? So let me give you some examples. So recently I came to know about something which happened with a close family member that nobody told me. Okay, there were a lot of people who were aware of this. There were a lot of people who understood this. Hi, Ray, thank you for joining. But I didn't get informed about it. Now, these are people I feel very close to myself. And guess what? Kathleen, thank you for joining. And I was blindsided. Now, obviously, using common sense, using my own perception, I found out the information which was not, known to me at all. And I realized at the moment, it's like, wow, how come I was not informed about this? Because, yeah, it directly doesn't concern me in my personal situation, but I feel close to the people. They would tell me about these things happening. Hi, Murray. And I wasn't told. So the first initial reaction I had was a little bit of anger at these people. It's like, how come you didn't tell me? How come you didn't really help me understand what was going on with your life? But I gave myself some thought and said, Minesh, life is always giving feedback. Life is always giving feedback. The question becomes for us, are we paying attention to the feedback which is given to us? So somebody that I think is close to me does not share some things which are personal that I would expect them to share with me, then I have to ask me the simple question, am I really as close as I think I am? So there are people in your life that you think you are close to, but they may not feel as close to you as you think you do, or the definition of close is different. What does that mean? If you and I are in great relationship, so what do we share with people with whom we have close, very trusting relationship? We will share the joys together. We will share our disappointments together. We will share our frustrations, failures, and also successes. And if the relationship is not close, and it's more sometimes a facade, really, we only share the positive moments, the good things going on in our lives with those people. Now, I'm not saying you have to share everything going on in your life with everybody. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you are close to somebody, if you have that relationship which you assume to be that they really care about you, you care about them, then when they have frustrations, challenges, are they approaching you? And when the thing is also on your side, are you approaching them? Because if you're not willing to approach them with challenges that you have, and again, it may not be to air your dirty laundry. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you having just frank conversation to help each other. John, thank you for joining. And if you're not doing that, the relationship is really not that close. If you're only sharing your positive moments, the successes you have, the great things going on in your life, then it's hard for somebody to really connect with you deeply. Now, again, that happens on Facebook a lot. Scott, thank you for joining. And people are sharing their positive moments. Paul, thank you for joining. People are sharing their positive moments, their successes, and we all do that. But from time to time, we need to be willing to share our challenges with people, because relationships have both components on it. And that's when I re-evaluated the situation and I said, Marcy, thank you for joining. That's when I re-evaluated my position and I said, I feel close to this person. Prenta, thank you for joining. But maybe they don't feel as close to me as I think they do. Or Do I put on a facade in the relationship that only good things are shared? So I never share my challenges with those people. So they never feel comfortable in sharing their challenges with me as well. So here is the simple assignment that I recommend for you. Make a list of people that you feel really close to. And then really evaluate, are these people as close to you in their opinion? Curtis, thank you for joining. Are they as close to you as you think they are? Because it's very likely that they share their joys together. You know, they have a graduation party, they invite you. They have a wedding, they invite you. But when the kid drops out of school, they don't talk to you about it. When they have a divorce, they don't talk to you about it. When they have a job that they get, they talk to you about it. But when the job goes away, they get laid off, they don't talk to you about it. When they have good health, you know, running a marathon, they talk to you about it. But when they suddenly have a challenge, you know, maybe hospitalized, maybe had an injury or something, they don't talk to you about it. Are you really close? And I can tell you, looking at some of the relationships I have, I may not be as close to some people as I think I am, because what? They don't always share their challenges with me. They don't share their frustrations with me. I'm not talking about a complaining mode. I'm talking about being a confidant, somebody that they trust, somebody they want to be close to. So I have learned that lesson, and this has happened a number of times in life. I'm just mentioning one recent one. I remember one particular time we were at a job, and I had a great relationship with this lady. We were in a group together as employees, and the next day she runs away to another job, and she told nothing to us the night before. Manan, thank you for joining. John, thank you for joining as well. So nothing. And suddenly after a few days, I get an email or actually a call from this person saying, hey, I left the town. And the previous evening we had dinner together. And again, I realized I thought I was close to this person, but guess what? Amy, thank you for joining. I really wasn't as close as I thought. Okay, so ask yourself, are you really close to the people that you have relationship with enough that they will share their challenges with you, frustrations with you, while they also share their successes with you? And if you have that kind of close relationship, then you are the person, you will feel good about yourself. You'll also feel that you are able to help people in a way that when they have a need, you are there for them. I hope you understand your message of just getting out there and having a relationship. So ask yourself today, make a list of the people that you know and say, am I really close to these people? Or do we have a facade of a relationship of sharing only positive moments, successes, and achievements? Do we really share challenges with each other as well? So I hope you understand my challenge in learning that I can be blindsided in relationship, and I flunked the relationship test. So I'll be more aware to share my personal challenges as well. Thank you, Chelsea, for joining, and I appreciate you folks listening today. Hopefully this makes your Valentine's Day even more positive because you learned something about closeness in relationship. Bye-bye.